Hey folks, this is Vince with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to take a quick look at the game Hive, my copy being the Carbon Edition. This game is for 2 players, ages 9 and up, and the average play time is about 20 minutes. The object of this game is to completely surround your opponent's queen bee with your own army of insects, while at the same time trying to prevent your opponent from doing the same to you. Let's just take a quick moment to look at the components and how the game is played. Alright, now as far as the components go, the game comes with the original 22 insect pieces here, but it also comes with 2 expansion pieces. You've got a ladybug and you've got a mosquito. The Hive Carbon Edition comes with these automatically, otherwise you'd have to purchase these expansions separately. The game also comes with this bag. Basically, it serves as a box of sorts, except that it's more travel-friendly. Now, as far as all the different insects in this game, the core game comes with 5 insects. You've got a queen bee, you've got a soldier ant, a spider, a beetle, and a grasshopper. Now, the 2 expansions that I had mentioned, the mosquito and the ladybug, also come with the game. But you don't have to play with these if you don't want to. In fact, I recommend that new players remove these 2 from the game altogether until they get used to the core characters. Now, the most important piece on the board is this queen bee. This acts like the king in chess. Basically, this is the piece that your opponent will be attempting to surround in order to beat you. Likewise, you're going to be trying to maneuver your pieces in such a way that it surrounds the enemy queen bee. The queen bee can move 1 space in any direction, again, just like the king in chess. So in this case, the queen bee could slide here or slide over here. The beetle is a pretty powerful piece. Basically, what it can do is it can climb on top of other pieces and cause them to be immobile. It's the only piece, besides the ladybug or the mosquito, that has the ability to jump onto other pieces. Like the queen bee, it'll move 1 space in any direction, but like I said, its special power is the ability to jump onto other pieces. So from here, it could technically jump up here and make this enemy spider immobile. Or it could slide up here like so and make this grasshopper immobile. This is a good piece to use if you want to try and get behind enemy lines. You could just climb right over top of all the other pieces. The grasshopper piece is interesting, but like its name implies, it just basically has the ability to jump. In a sense, all it does is it jumps over to the nearest empty space. So in this case, it would jump 3 spaces in a direct line and land on the other side. Again, this is a great piece if you want to try and get behind enemy lines. The spider piece moves 3 spaces, no more and no less. So in this case, it could move 1, 2, 3, or it could move 1, 2, 3. Again, it can't move 1 and it can't move 2. It has to move the full 3 spaces. The soldier ant, I like to think of as the queen of chess. This thing is extremely powerful. It can basically move to any position that it wants to, so as long as the movement rules are followed, and I'll explain that in a minute. But basically, it could slide itself here, 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 just all the way around. And it's free to do anything it really wants to, so as long as the movement rules are obeyed. But it behaves just like the spider, except it has way more movement abilities than it does. Now, as far as the 2 expansion pieces, the ladybug acts a little like the beetle and the spider. What the ladybug does is it must hop over 2 pieces and then land back on the playing field on the other side. It cannot end its turn on top of anything. So again, it would hop over 2 things and then land on an empty space. So in this case, it could do, 1, 2, 3, and so on and so forth. The mosquito just simply takes on the role of whatever it may be connected to at the time. So in this case, it could be a spider, it could be a soldier ant, and it could be a queen bee if it wanted to. And it would just simply follow those movement rules accordingly. Okay, now throughout the game, players are going to be either moving pieces or placing them. But there's a few special rules that must be observed in the very beginning of the game. For the very first move, for example, obviously there are no pieces on the board yet. So you would one player would pick a piece and put that down. And then the black would follow suit by placing a piece of their own. Now, it's also worth noting that this is the only time in the game that you can place a piece down to where it is adjacent to an enemy piece. From the second turn on, when you place a piece, it must be only adjacent to your pieces. Like this grasshopper, for example, could be placed here, or here, or here, but it could not be placed here. Also worth noting is that pieces cannot be moved until you place the queen bee down onto the board. And the queen bee must be placed by your 4th turn. So a typical first couple of turns might include placing some pieces down on both sides. Again, neither side could move yet because they don't have the queen down. Let's say white places a soldier ant down, and black does this. And now on the 4th turn, white decides to play, has to play the queen, and likewise black would have to place the queen. Where'd I put it? There it is. Now from this point on, the players have the choice of either moving a piece on the board or placing a new one. It's not required that you place all of your pieces on the board in order to win. The main objective is just to surround the enemy queen completely, whether it be with your pieces or your opponent's pieces. For example, let's say that white had all of these pieces surrounding his queen, and black managed to bring this soldier ant over. Now, by doing that, that completely surrounds the queen, and therefore white would lose in this case. So both sides have to be careful not to trap their own queen. The other major movement rule that needs to be observed is that pieces slide, with the exception of the beetle hopping over things or the ladybug hopping over things. Pieces have to slide in order to move. If they are trapped, if they are like basically cornered, like so, like this queen is, it cannot escape this little hole over here. So it would have to stay there until another piece, or like this grasshopper, for example, jumped out of the way, and that would allow the queen to move out of that little corner. But it's important to note that you just simply won't be able to pick up a piece and move it. It actually has to slide. Again, that rule doesn't apply to the beetle or the grasshopper or the pieces that actually jump and move on to things. Okay, and just to reiterate, Vinny and I are going to go ahead and play a few practice rounds just to give you an idea of what the gameplay is like. He'll be playing black, so Vinny, go ahead and go first. Alright, you're going to put the beetle down. I will go ahead and put a spider right across from you. Now at this point, if he has to play pieces until his queen is down. Very good. Note that they can't be adjacent to my pieces from here on out when pieces are being placed. Alright, he played a soldier ant, and I will likewise play a soldier ant. He's got a grasshopper. I will go ahead and place a beetle. Alright, he's placing his queen as he must on his 4th turn, and I must likewise place my queen down. Alright, he's putting a grasshopper down. I will likewise place a grasshopper. Alright, I will place this soldier ant. Another rule I forgot to mention is that the hive can never be separated into two parts. It always has to be one giant board, so to speak. It can't be, pieces can't be broken off into their own segments. Alright. Can't be touching mine. There you go. There we go. Alright, I will move my beetle here.
I will put him here.
Soldier ant.
You don't know what I'm doing, can't you?
Alright, let's fix that. There we go. I will jump with my grasshopper over to the other side of your queen. Alright. You can't do that because that would cause your soldier ant to be off in no man's land. Okay. I will go ahead and bring my soldier ant around over to this side. Now at this point, the queen cannot move. It is trapped in this this little corner here.
You can't do anything because your ant can't really
We'll
get
see.
out of here. And your grasshopper can only jump over that way.
Mm-hmm.
So no matter to block you from any way. Now
Right.
you can't escape.
I'm going to use my beetle and move up there. Okay. Okay, so Vinny placed his beetle on top of my beetle in order to stop me from moving any further. I will go ahead and place a soldier ant right there. Alright, now his queen is moving out of that little section over here.
So now you can't really block me as much.
We'll see.
I should be able to block you in the next few turns.
I will...
Let's see how well we can do with my...
I'll jump with my grasshopper into this little hole there.
Guess what happened? You just let your queen vulnerable.
I will jump again onto the other side of your queen. Why are you smothering your queen for? Okay. I will go ahead and...
I'm going to stop your one thing so I can get out of the way.
I will move my soldier ant over here.
I'm not going to be able to move. How am I going to move this guy?
I don't know. How are you going to move it?
You can't move that guy.
I will... Let's see.
Soldier ant's not going to move as much.
I will move my other soldier ant around the outside over to here.
Why did you
And apparently we have our own little insect crawling its way onto my table. There's a spider. Okay, so apparently this little spider here wants to play Hive too. That's nasty. Okay. Yeah, I was wondering what the heck was floating down this. Okay, go ahead. Oh, there it goes. It's going back up. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, it's going.
Don't put your finger in there. It's swinging.
I see that. It really wants to capture my bee. Look at it go. Okay. Go ahead.
How would you able to move this? How would you move that? I'm trapped.
I know you're trapped. That's the whole point.
How about this? How am I gonna get this?
I don't know. Figure something out.
Can you move it?
Maybe. Maybe I'll move it later on.
I'm not gonna.
All right, let's fix these pieces. They're a little out of alignment. There we go.
I'll trap yours. Guess what?
Okay. I will go ahead
trapping.
and move. Oh, wait. I won't be able to slide my soldier into that little hole there.
Yeah,
So instead, I will.
Might want to move one of your grasshoppers.
Actually, I could jump. Oh, no.
No, you can't.
I have to jump over something, so that won't work. I will.
You can't jump over the grasshopper.
I will place a spider right there.
You can't move here, so I'm not blocked.
Okay.
And you can't move in there.
Your turn.
Your turn's ending. Go right now. How many did these do?
All right. I will move my spider 1, 2. Oh, I have to move it 3. I should have spawned it somewhere else. All right. And it can't go back the way it came either. All right.
And your grasshopper's not gonna
I will go ahead and move my beetle down into that hole. Okay. Now I will jump my grasshopper over my piece to fill this hole.
I shouldn't have did that. I should have just bombed you right now. I could have bombed you.
Okay.
I mean, I could have capped you in like 2 moves.
So what did you do now? Where were you at?
I think 1.
All right, 1, 2, 3. There you go. All right, and finally, I will move my soldier ant around like so, and there you go.
You would have won actually, because I could have did that. If I didn't do that one move, I could have got you in that.
Maybe. Good game.
Yes, I could have.
As you can see, his queen is surrounded on all sides, so in effect, he lost the game. But it was a very close call. Good game. And there you have it. That's just a very quick look at the game Hive. Again, this is the Hive Carbon Edition. I highly recommend it. It's a lot of fun. It's a great 2-player game in my opinion. Like chess, it's going to take a few games in order to get used to how all the pieces move. But I think it's worth it in the end. There's a lot of strategic things going on behind the scenes. You can check out the rest of my thoughts via my review at www.dadsgamingaddiction.com, or you can click on the link in the below description that'll take you there as well. This is Vince and Vinny Jr. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.